Hi guys, let's talk about Lego. How you doing? It's Andy here with you. And take a look, check it out. I've got my elevated line kind of laid out here. What do you think? Goes around like that over top that track, comes around here, kind of runs parallel to the other track till it gets back there, and then it goes straight across, comes around that curve there, back over these tracks, and then back out front. What do you guys think? I think it looks pretty good. And this is how I'd be doing the track, tiled off on the top with all this extra support and everything. Obviously it wouldn't be just like this, but it would have all this support here. And this is pretty good. Now, other factors, are the supports okay? I think by themselves, I think they might be lacking. We need to do build it up a little bit, maybe some bricks beside that little piece. I don't know. I'd have to tinker around with it a little bit, but I think the overall layout looks pretty good. But what I'm afraid of is it going to take away from the city, because I'm going to have a lot of buildings over here in this center part. That's what the plan is. And, this being right on the inside of the other tracks, 8 studs wide, that takes 16 studs away from the inner part of the platform for the city. So, I don't know. I guess it's really all depends on what you want to do, and how much city you want versus how much terrain you want. I've got all this space over here too, which I had thought about doing like a more rural area here with a lot of trees and maybe a farm or something, kind of country in this area, but that could change as well. Now, I definitively did plan to put a mountain back there on that 2-foot section that's against the wall. So essentially this train track would be running right in front of that mountain. And then the other train track, I was going to have a tunnel. So maybe it could be a double tunnel with both tracks running through, or one track running on top, one track running through. I don't know. That's going to be an iffy one, when we get to that point. But I just threw this together in 20, 30 minutes. And I was like, because first I just laid it out on the ground or on the floor or whatever you want to call it, on the platform directly. And then I'm like, well, why don't I just try to put some supports under it and see what it looks like? In the comments mentioned making it like an L shape, and that's kind of what it is right now. I didn't take it all the way back to the wall because, like I said, I plan on putting a mountain there. But I think this is probably the best it's going to get. I had enough track to do this. It took all but 2 pieces of that straight track, 48 pieces of that straight track I had. I do still have some track in the sets that I have yet to open, but as far as my loose track, that's it. It's straight track anyway. Because you could bring it all the way over here, turn around with that turn, and then you could come back this way, and you could go, turn and go out like it is right there. Essentially have, but that would essentially be the same. It follow the same track as the ground line, except for this little bump out here in the front. So I don't necessarily want that either, but I didn't want to just have a loop, going back like this and coming around directly behind the bookshelf there and then meeting up here. That would just be a small circle, and that would be kind of boring. So it's going to have to run parallel to the other track at some places. That's just inevitable with the small size of this particular platform. But I don't know. I threw it together. I thought it looked pretty good. Still need to do some tweaking on the supports in and around the tracks, going over the other tracks. And I got to figure out, how often to put the supports up. The way it is right now, I think it's lacking. But then again, when you get the track beefed up like this, it makes a big difference than when it's just track alone. But yeah, so that's what I came up with. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. That's about all I have for you right now. Thanks for watching Let's Talk About Lego, and I will see you guys later. Have a good one.